myself for a gassy shot. I got wind in the wallet, smelling divine. Liquid think trees, I'm free all the time. Centralized.
All right. Let's just get going.
Yeah. What's the ticker? Yeah. What's the ticker? Where's it at? What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fact. Got a runner on the map, so line of sniping like a gat. And the SOE is moving quickly. I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1,000X is gonna land. I got him chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Good morning, everybody, on this Sender Friday. Are we feeling the Sender vibes or what?
Yes, indeed.
This market is about to freaking pop, I tell you that much. I haven't
Yes.
felt so good at looking at ETH, in about 4 years.
What are the bullish indicators that you can see? Oh shoot. What are the bullish indicators that you see? For instance, the reason I ask is like we're seeing ESX this last leg up. Oh, it's pulling back a little bit, but it went from 0.15 essentially to
Yeah,
point
crazy,
two
crazy.
two
Let's
yesterday.
welcome everybody here in the room first and
Yeah.
say good morning. Good morning, you guys. Let's wait for some more people to come in. There's lots of spaces open right now
Is there
because that's what happens when everybody's feeling bullish.
when
Then
everyone's
they do the
excited?
spaces. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. But hey, we are here every day, red or green.
Yeah.
We don't care, right? Everybody, welcome on YouTube. Hello for the viewers there, and hello viewers on the live stream on X as well. I'm glad to have you with us on this Friday because thank God it's Friday, you guys. This week has been over, and yes, Ethereum did go a little bit over 4K, and
Wow.
this is a good sign. This is a good sign
Mm-hmm.
because that I tell you this much:
The ETH dominance.
4,300, 4,300, then retesting the 4K, and then from then on things start to go fast. So each moves slow until it doesn't, right?
Mm. Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah, it's gone from 2,000 to 4,000 like relatively quickly. I mean, from
no,
because I don't really follow ETH that closely. I mean, I sort of do when I'm here with you, but
good.
I'm not really looking at the Ethereum chart for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just have no
Oh, you
inclination.
should.
Solana, Sui, and Bitcoin, I'm like obsessed with those charts because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
it's a good pulse. It's a good way to determine like what the sentiment in the overall market is. With Ethereum, it's kind of like when everyone gets bored, they're like, oh well, Ethereum's always it's
I
old
have nothing
reliable.
to do.
It's
I
old,
have
yeah,
nothing to do today.
old
Gonna look at Ethereum. Let's
slow
gonna
and
look at it.
reliable. Yeah, I saw something Vitalik had posted about. He's like, yeah, well, at least we're at like less than 1 hour long transaction fees. He's like, it's better than doing a week. And I don't know what the hell the point of the article was, but it's like, yeah, your transaction fees are under an hour. It's better than being like a week. I don't know if it was a staking thing, but I think it had to do with like the transaction speed because the transaction speed on Ethereum's like it's isn't it close to like 50 minutes or something like with a 5-0?
No, well, look, yes, that might be so,
Mm-hmm.
but that's why we have these EVM compatibles. These are built off of.
Uh,
These are rebuilds of Ethereum.
uh-huh.
And so a lot of chains are EVM compatible. So you cannot you cannot just say ETH is not
Dismiss
bullish.
it because it's slow
E-
because they have
80, ninety
yeah.
percent of everything in crypto is built on Ethereum, indirectly or directly.
Mm-hmm.
So we cannot not do with Ethereum.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's the number two in crypto, and that won't change. And investors like that history in the chart. They like these higher market caps because it brings some stability. If we look at crypto being so volatile, then the number one and the number two are the most bring the most stability in your portfolio simply by the market cap. They're the largest market caps, and we do see the dominance of Ethereum now rising, and this is great. This is very good news for the rest of the altcoins
Mm.
because ETH is gonna show them the way. He's gonna lead with the torch,
Yeah, I just
right?
had
It's gonna
that
be like
that
this
up.
way, you guys.
I just had brought up the dominance and yeah, it was at
Yeah,
12.6, I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
And so what's a good level like what are some indicators like when it reaches, I don't know, like 15% or something like that? Like, is that when we start to see the outflow into other things typically? Or
No, 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 no. We need to see that drop then from ETH, right? When you
oh,
have outflow dominance, it needs to drop. But first, it needs to go up for ETH to rally. So
mm,
that's a great indicator. Overall, we see the altcoins doing better at market capitalization, but that is kind of with ETH included, and ETH is kind of taking the largest part of the cake there. So we see these numbers going up for the alts, but ETH is in there, and so yeah. So Ether price hits 4K for the first time since December 2024. It felt longer. I'm not gonna lie, felt like 2 years at least. But yeah, this is December 24th. So, yep. Um, Entering a reaccumulation zone as bulls surge to 4K and gaining 1.7 on the daily, which is okay for Ethereum. But Ethereum can pump really hard, and I think a lot of people forgot that it can pump really hard. The Ethereum dominance is already 50-60% of the way in its macro uptrend. And that aligns with the most the predictable targets for Ethereum at the moment are around that 10K. So yes, that dominance pulling up for 50-60% is kind of, yeah, Ethereum at 4K. Yes, that kind of, there's some confluence there as
mm.
well.
Yeah, I
And
was just
so
looking. Alex Becker, his target's between 4,500 to 5,000 before before he has a launch that he's alluding to. Have you Did you see that post?
well, we're going to look at it later, but what is he saying about that? That's the top for Ethereum?
He's saying that
No.
he will launch after 4,500 or $5,000
Yes.
Ethereum,
Okay, so why is he saying that? So I'm saying
because
4,300
that's
and
when
he's saying
alt season is
45.
going to be starting up. Then if we're at $5,000
No,
Ethereum, then we're going
no,
no.
no, that's
Oh,
the ETH rally. The ETH rally starts
oh,
there.
okay.
And so the rest will pull up with that as well,
Hmm.
trying to, front running the moves that come straight after. So ETH is cooking really, really hard for all of us. So that's why I say that 4K was important, right? I'm seeing 4,300, a retest of 4K, and then all hell will break loose,
Mm,
right? All hell
mm,
will break loose. That is a retest of support when it get a good bounce from there, good pump from there, because that resistance on Ethereum has been there for a long time. That is half of the lifespan of Ethereum. That resistance has been there, that trend line, and that's no joke. And to take that as support, that better give you a freaking lift like a big ass trampoline, right?
mm.
So when that's resistant and you get punished from there multiple times over years, but now you're taking it and
Uh-huh.
testing it as support, now it becomes a powerful tool instead of the enemy. It becomes now a powerful friend to lift
Wow.
you up, right? So that is how what of a big deal this is, right? And
Mm.
and and if you're geeking out on crypto and crypto moves and chart moves, then this is the one
Wow,
in the
there's
top 10 of moves.
sorry, you cut out for a second. So you're
Yeah,
saying
I got a
this is
call
going
on
to be
this
a
one.
runner. This one,
Yes,
and what
then
about XRP then? Not to just make a whole like jumble up of just throwing
yeah.
random tickers,
No, I'm
but
into the
it's worth mentioning XRP.
we're
What?
gonna see some good moves on some good charts, like
Mm,
epic moves,
yeah,
and this is gonna be the first epic move that we're gonna think of. Remember when we
Ethereum.
took that as support? Yes, this is
Where do
one
you
of
think
these
it's?
moves.
What's your like target if you were going to set like 55 or do you think like I don't know, what do you think
Right?
all time high Ethereum looks like?
Oh, all-time high. Then we're gonna close at 10K for Ethereum.
What? You
Yeah.
that seems kind of nutty. I don't know. Really?
Really?
Damn.
Yes.
Okay,
Mm.
I'm asking Rock. That just seems so high. Like
No. No.
5,500 would just it just seems like to me. But I mean, what do I know? But like it just if I was to imagine it, 2xing from here. So that 2x is from here, that's 8,000. That's still hard to imagine. Well, I mean, and what kind of timeline are we talking? Are we talking like within a year? Like
No,
within
this
12
all
months?
season. No, this all season.
And so you think Ethereum will be up to 10? 10 G's.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would
That
like
just sounds.
usually 10
Hmm.
Gs would be like a psychological level.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah,
Hold
that
on, I
kind of makes
gotta
sense.
spend some money.
Sorry, like I said, I don't really like look at the chart, and I haven't like tried to like look at these stuff. I'm just you know uh, guessing on what a number sounds like. Like I just know that we were just under 2,000. It feels like just yesterday Ethereum was sitting at 1,500 or 1,600, whatever it was, and then all of a sudden hearing that it's pushing towards all time high again, it's like whoa, like it is crazy when to see pieces falling into place how they were predicted or how they were like forecasted like, oh, okay, well, X, Y, and Z, so this should happen next. And then watching that leg up on like the Ethereum chart, for instance, this I have it on the weekly right now, just for shits and giggles. But looking at this last leg up is extraordinary because you're seeing like a movement pattern that has not been, it's unprecedented essentially. The last time you saw a pattern movement like this was all time high, but the candles weren't even as big then. That's just like a quick. So yeah, it's interesting for sure.
So when we look at November of 21,
Uh huh.
Bitcoin had a Bitcoin was under just right under 5K, wasn't it? Hold on, I need to
Yeah, yeah. That's what
zoom
I was
in.
talking about. The last all time high. I was looking at that same momentum that was building. Yeah, that's funny that you mentioned that because that's what I was just talking about. Yeah.
So a
So
lot of other Bitcoin people are saying Ethereum 12,000.
wow.
Some are 14,000. These are numbers that look surpassing the last all-time high, right? This is another wave for Ethereum. And so, yes, it is in the cards. When you measure that first wave of 21, when you
Mm-hmm.
measure that one and you put it on a swing low,
Mm-hmm.
you get your measuring stick out, you're getting close to 10K. Bitcoin is at 116.4 today, just under its all-time high, 123.
Oh, I can kind of see the Fibonacci to the 10K. Not like
Hmm.
not even drawing it, but kind of I can see, yeah, because of the way that
You
the
can draw the
curve
extension
is.
as well, and then you're
Mm.
probably going to see that the extension is not even the golden pocket is 10K. It's not even the golden pocket. The golden pocket is higher. It's 13, 14 on ETH. So yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Excited.
Yes, exciting
Uh, yeah.
times. That's cool.
Hmm. So yeah, hear this. 4,300 retest four. That would be nice. We could do that over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great. And then, when we need to see what lift we are getting then as we retest that on support. If we're very bullish there, we're going to get a rip from there that has a little bit of a pull on that 43 then again. Maybe Becker's right, 45 could be also, but I've seen 43 is kind of already out there. And then it will start to go very, very fast to 5K.
Mm.
It start to challenge that previous all-time high. Now, if I would trade, I would set a limit order there, right? Or if I took a long after that retest and I'm
Yeah,
long on Ethereum and do like a 40x future
to
on it,
take profit.
along.
The
No,
limit
like
order would to be to sell or to buy.
yeah, if you're doing spot, you can do your limit order there. If you're trading futures like I do, you open a long after the retest, like a 20 or
That
40x.
still scares me too much. The
Yeah,
futures
that
trading.
don't do that.
Yeah,
That is highly volatile. Don't
I
do that
know.
if
I've
you.
heard so
Yeah.
many horror stories, and I'm like, dude, if
Yeah.
there's one thing that goes wrong, and I don't have I don't have my balls aren't as big as yours.
If you are having a habit of gambling too much, after you win something and you just feel very greedy and want to do it again and again and again, that's how you actually get wrecked with future trading pretty hard.
Mm,
You have to wait till you see the trades,
mm.
technical analysis, and then you're gonna open the trade. But
Yeah, you can't
only if the
force them.
trade is good to come. You can't force
Right.
those,
Wow.
right? And then sometimes you get really a good one, and you're tempted then to look at other charts, and you're gonna try and make the chart fit some bullish narrative
Ooh.
because you want to make a trade.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, but it could be doing like this. No, it won't. You know it won't, right?
Right.
But you're lying to
Wow.
yourself because you want to, yeah.
That's funny. I've had
So,
those
yeah.
conversations with myself. where the odds of it happening are like 1 in 1,000. I'm like, yeah, I know that it's like pretty much at the top, but it's like all the cards are stacked against it, and I'm still like lying to myself. I'm like, yeah, but it can still 10x. I tend not
Yeah,
to have those conversations with myself as much anymore. Ever since talking to you, it's kind of put my
yeah.
perspective.
Need to calm down.
Yeah.
Trading is very boring. If it's not there, it's not there. Sometimes I don't see them. Sometimes they might be there and I don't see them either, right? That could happen. That's me. Maybe in the day I'm too tired to see them or I'm not with my mind with it. Because actually it takes me a couple of hours to go through 300 charts and go look for some good trades. And I have things already set up. I flag charts all the time when I see like, all right, this one not today, tomorrow, and then you get a number or a color flag, right? That's for, I have the days of the week. I represent the color of the flag, and then I'll flag it the color on the day that I think that trade is doable. And then sometimes you get like a good ripper, like on Sui, I ripped a long, a 40x long from $1.20 all the way up to $5.45. That was the biggest trade I made last year.
Wow.
And so, but yeah, people are looking to open that long for Ethereum. And look, that's why the bulls they come in, because when we go to, let's say, 43, 45, and retest that 4K, when that 4K is retested, longs will be opened. A few of those will be liquidated, um, uh, possibly for another little retest. Sometimes the market likes to do that. That could happen too. That just it means that have to take time. So don't over leverage if you're future trading. Don't
Mm.
over leverage there. 20x is going to be fine for these things. And but if you get it correctly, if you hit it on the head, you can take that up from there all the way up to close to 5K and then close that trade. So, but I know a lot of people are waiting for that. Just like a lot of people are on that 4K, on that trend line, that descending trend line. And the bears are there trying to sell every time on that trend line. That's how they make the trades. And then they buy back that red and then do it all over again, right? And then sell again at that trend line. And so, but yeah, they can only do that for so many times before big bulls come in. The price stays close under the trend line like it is now, and that makes it very easy. First, there's a wick. The bulls will shoot a wick in there, scaring the bears, liquidating them, and then boom, right? A big pump in there to liquidate the rest that it's on there. All these people who have their shorts there.
Yeah,
So
there's
they're
like
going to
the
be squeezed out.
two W's too. So is there any
Yeah.
patterns that are visible on the Ethereum chart on the on the weekly candles? You can see it looks it's
Yeah.
as it keeps banging against that, that's the trend line that it's banging against
Yeah.
then, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's forming like a couple W's right there,
But
essentially.
we went through with a wick. Now a wick is not official. When you have a wick like this, it just means that you took out a sell zone there.
Mm.
Right? These are the bears. They had these orders there. But if they sold already and price is not coming down, they're not going to buy back in, and so
Yeah.
the next candle will go with a body through
Right.
because you took out bears already.
Yeah.
And there might be in the next candle might be still some bears there, sure. But we're slowly taking them out because we're not getting rejected as hard anymore. That's how you take out bears. Like you're coming up, creeping them from behind, and you
Mm-hmm.
kick them in the ass, right? And so you got to stay really close when something stays that creeps up on that trend line, and below that trend line, and the bulls, and they are just slowly moving a little sideways, just under that trend line. That's a breakout waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're waiting for a rejection, but how many times do we need to take out that cell zone, right? Once or twice, and then we're going through. Then the bulls are coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, when you look to the left, it's like you see it over and over,
yeah.
hitting that, banging up against that ceiling.
Oh my
We
God,
see
that was
Bitcoin do the
traded
same
so
thing
hard.
all the time
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
and yeah, very bullish indicator when we see it, trying to
Until
break out.
until volume comes out, until bears, tokens, you can only be sold once.
Hmm.
Uh, and
Especially
and
with
so
Ethereum too, because the fees are so high. So when if they're bailing on the chart and thinking, oh, I'll just buy back in next time it's at 2,500, it's not happening.
no, that's not happening.
Yeah.
So and you see a lot of institutional money moving into Ethereum. Actually, we're about to hit 4K again, you guys.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
Oh my
chart.
God,
Yeah, we're
great.
like seconds away. Here we go.
Get your popcorn out here.
Yeah,
Get your popcorn.
yeah, I got.
Start looking.
Yeah, I have it on the
The
live
next
stream.
rip.
399, or
Yeah.
39. Oh, there we go. $4,002.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go, you guys. We
Sick.
don't know where I'm if this is gonna happen for Ethereum, it just confirms for me right now in August at 8 the Lions Gate, the astrology and it's a full moon.
Oh
Nah,
God,
I'm just no, it is, but it's not there's no correlation. You guys looked at stuff up. It's just
that's
a bunch of woo
funny.
woo. But but yeah, ETH doing that here in August, doing it right now, challenging that trend line, which is so hard to take. If it takes that, I am convinced we are gonna see what we like to call the golden rally is gonna happen. Now, for me, it is still not clear. A lot of people are like, yes, it's gonna happen October and alt season, alt season, alt season. I'm like, okay, well, yes, but it could also be a relief rally, a hardcore relief rally that we saw in 24, and then it might just be that the top of Bitcoin is not in, and we're gonna take this into 26, and there's evidence for that as well. Also historically, some evidence there, and then we're just gonna have all seasons a little bit later. But either way, we're gonna have a ton of fun and a ton of volume coming in, right? And so you should get excited and stop playing around.
Yeah.
Double down on your alts right here, right here. They're undervalued. Anything you got at a good price. Trust me, bro. No, alts really suffered the last 8 months.
Hmm.
They
Yeah.
should have, they should have rallied. Sui should have rallied already. That was good to go.
Yeah.
Beginning of the month
Yeah.
at
That's.
exactly the 30th of June, end of June.
Uh,
That was already ready to go. That had all that thing to fly, but really suppressed again by Bitcoin moves, dominance up, right? And
mm-hmm.
it looked like so juicy to rally so hard, and it
Yeah.
didn't, right?
Yeah.
Because of that dominance and pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that $4 well, it's 380 right now. That
yeah,
380 trend, so I guess that's the trend line, that resistance, it's glued between 375 to 390. That
yeah.
$4 resistance level is just like it
Which,
cannot
look,
break.
it's a great price because there's
Yeah.
not a lot of resistance on Sui.
Yeah,
Sui's not that old.
you told me
Yeah,
anything under $5, go ahead
yeah,
and grab it. And so
yeah,
ever since I've had that mentality about it, I've been, my basically when the pumps happen, I'm still up. Like right now, I'm up a little bit today. Like if I was to sell right now, I would sell and I'd make some profit. Unfortunately, I'm not an AI agent though, so I'm not looking just to make like a little profit here. That'd be a
no,
waste of my time.
no,
I wouldn't spending the last like few months, DCAing, doing whatever, just to take a little bit of profit. That's no, I'd be basically shitting on myself. I'd rather, it's a long hold that I want to keep accumulating more, and down the line,
yeah. At one
taking
point, you
profits.
stop, right? I would say everything under $5 is very decent,
Mm-hmm.
and at and probably hindsight we're going to be like, yeah, could have bought it at 10 as well, but we don't know. So under five, we're very conservative.
Yeah.
And then you stop your DCA there, right? It's got to still make sense, and especially when the chart moves up like it does, so your back would always look happy either way. I think Sui is due for a big pump right after Ethereum, and then we're gonna also see XRP, but XRP doesn't quite move response to Bitcoin or Ethereum this way. It does its own thing, and so I'm expecting some fireworks from XRP in not too long either, right? So all coming week, I bet you XRP will pump. Even doesn't matter where Bitcoin is or what Ethereum does. XRP does its own thing, and so
Expect,
that
you
yeah,
said, what about expecting some FUD? Are you already seeing some on the
no,
timeline of people saying, dude, I'm seeing pictures of people posting
yeah,
charts and like, oh, this looks just like the beginning and the crash of
oh
2017 or
yeah,
whatever. Like, this is the
yeah.
beginning of the
Well,
crash, and people posting
look.
that. And it's like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing.
I don't even know why they're trying anymore,
That's
Tick. That
crazy.
it's been flooded for 4 years. Whatever you're gonna say right now is not gonna matter anymore. There's
Yeah. Yeah.
there's no FUD that XRP hasn't got, right? So
True.
you cannot come up with something. The worst is has been done already there.
Mm-hmm.
So they trying to scare people out of there. You cannot scare people with that whole XRP. out of their bags anymore. You can't do you can't they can't. They won't be scared out of they won't be scared. They, that community, including me, we held through some really hard times. I would say the hardest times
Mm-hmm.
were on XRP, and you bought in out of conviction, and you bought in because you wanted to make a statement that the SEC was wrong,
Yeah.
and they were wrong, and they never admitted guilt. There was no settlement, no nothing, no shit. And
Yeah.
if XRP wouldn't have, if the community there and XRP, the team of XRP, would have not made that stand and would have fallen, what crypto was going to be next then for the SEC to take out?
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, if you tolerate it, your kids will be next. You know that song lyric. Yes, at
Mm-hmm.
one point you got to set up for something because, or else all in crypto would be doomed and gloomed if the SEC would have had um, their way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No, this is not right, not correct, and so you got to sign up for something. And then a lot of the community in XRP uh, saw it as an act of defiance. I don't care if there's no utility. I don't care if
Mm-hmm.
XRP is just a meme coin right now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
buying it
Mm-hmm.
as an act of defiance. I support what's right here,
Yeah.
and I'm putting my money behind it as well. Right?
Yeah.
And in hindsight, I'm pretty happy I did, but it wasn't easy, and all the FUD on that community and on that blockchain, the damage has been done there. The SEC lawsuit.
They're
What can
jaded,
Anon?
a
What
jaded
can
community.
Anon on Twitter say?
Yeah.
What can Anon on Twitter say to
Th-
scare me out of my XRP bags? None.
They got nothing left to lose.
There's nothing left here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's funny.
Right?
No,
What do you
it's
think?
absolutely true though. XRP holders are taking their XRP tokens to the grave with them, and
Yes.
no one's gonna separate them from them. And it's
Yep.
I know people in real life like, oh, I bought some more XRP, and in my head I'm always like, that's a great buy. That's always a great buy. They're like letting me know because they know I'm all into crypto and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
they'll let me. Oh, I bought some more XRP, and I want to be like, yeah, buy
Yes.
some Suey. But XRP just has more of like a punk rock sentiment, and it's the XRP army. Suey has the golden cocaine spoons and people that pronounce it sway. So I think some
Swear.
people are turned off to like the exclusive like
Swear.
yacht club
Yeah, yeah,
attitude
yeah.
of
Well,
us over
yeah.
here at Sway.
It's kind of the goody two shoes, no? It's kind
Yeah.
of the goody two
Yeah,
shoes.
look at the memes. All the for the most part, they're all PG-13 memes. XRP is just a little edgier. XRP is like it's
Yes.
like punk rock cousin to
Yeah,
Sway.
but also great utility, right? But if we need to look at the vibe, so let me play the XRP theme song. So this was actually from the XRP meme. I guess it was in 23. Or at 23. Oh my God, yes, so old. Let me play it because I always used to play this on my way to the gym to
Nice.
work, right? And when I had to do my workout and then open the gym for everybody else to come in. But kind of to my DCA, I would play this song as well. Let me see if I can um, grab it here. Yeah, it's from Mick Ruiz. So you can still find him online. He's an artist. He has a certain vibe, and it kind of matches. There we go. Let's vibe a little this Friday. See some emojis. XRP fans.
I just made some XRP, yeah, 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 yeah. Stacking money to the ceiling, yeah, yeah, yeah. Multiply cause I need it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just the record where I see it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Changing up my energy, no more time for enemies. I just want my money stacked up like a centipede. Need a glass of Tito, candlestick torpedo. Never sip on lean though. I just see my green grow. Pour up, plata. I just need a casa. Hit the Megalodon's phone and we lick mañana. Pour up, plata. I just need a casa. Hit the Megalodon's phone and we lick mañana. I just made some XRP, yeah, 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 yeah. Stacking money to the ceiling, yeah, yeah, yeah. Multiplying cause I need it, yeah, yeah, yeah. This the record where I see it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Wake up, bro, my pastel. then I get my workout. Dreaming where the jets go, the cities where I rap now. Feeling like it's techno, the way she splits her legs, wow. Time for me to sweat, yo, I feel it from the sex now. Pour up, plata, I just need a casa. Hit the McDonald's phone and we live mañana. Pour up, plata, I just need a casa. Hit the McDonald's phone and we live mañana. I just made some XRP, yeah, 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 yeah. Stacking money to the ceiling, yeah, yeah, yeah. Multiply cause I need it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just the record where I see it, yeah, yeah, yeah. Pour up, plata.
All right.
It's
I
so
was
good.
meant to.
It
I
is
was
good.
meant to do that a little bit smoother, but yeah, there are lots of songs about XRP. But I remember I used to, I mean, XRP was at like what, 50, 40 cents.
Mm.
Yeah, bought some more XRP. Now we go to work, mine some more of the fiat, and then we buy some more XRP, right? And stack it to the ceiling. Yes, you guys. XRP is gonna do wonderful. I'm ready for the moves there. But XRP moves when it wants to move. I do not talk about the XRP too much or the chart too much because I learned not to. It would make no sense for me the last 4 years to keep watching that chart. So at one point, I just said like, all right, I got my targets. When it hits that price, I go look, and I open my ledger out, but not before then. So it doesn't make sense to look at news, to look at either believed at DCA, wherever the chart may have been, right? And just don't look, don't look too much, right? Don't look too much. You guys, if you want to join us on stage and continue the conversation, you're more than welcome to do so. I hope we're not too boring here on that Friday for you. Talking a lot about the market geeking out. Ethereum over 4K. You guys, there's a candle coming through that resistance. There's a candle building there. And we should get very, very bullish at this point. Very, very bullish. Of course, we're going to see Sui is now responding directly. We see Solana responding directly. Right. We see some other tokens. Jasmine is pulling